Oh man. Oh my goodness. Welcome back to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence and Phil here today. Uh Neil is actually doing some boyfriend girlfriend things right now.
This
So
man has
he's
unlimited PTO. This is crazy.
hey
Well,
listen,
he put in
I
those
don't
hard
know.
hours to get the
We might have to
PTO.
call HR, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, the Rams
But
did
he's
lose Monday, so
That's he has a case of doing that. When his team loses, he doesn't like to show up. But Kenny's also working, so we're missing those guys. But today we got a special guest. We went to the same college. He's in the kind of the media realm, so I'll let him introduce himself. And who we got today with us?
What's going on, guys? This is Jimmy Brown. I'm a journalist from Harrisburg. I do a little bit of everything. I write, take photos, video, fly drone, you name it. Covered a little bit of Penn State football the last 2 years, so definitely still got that little closeness to with sports, but I cover a lot of local news and things like that too. So
Nice. Who you so you say you said you are you like tapped in with Penn State still now, or is that like kind of in the past?
no, I was actually there today for National
Okay.
Signing Day. So yeah, it's just I just said that just because the season ended and everything. I usually don't
Yeah.
travel with the team,
Okay.
so
Okay.
they're in they're in the Rose Bowl against Utah, but I won't be going to that. So
Oh yeah, they definitely are. I forgot about that too. So who's some prospects to be on the lookout? Because
uh,
we're probably gonna do once the season wraps up and everything like that, or gets to the playoffs. We'll probably preview some of the top guys. And I know Penn
um,
State always has defensive guys too that come out. So
yeah, I was going to say there was a quarterback that they were saying was a steal. Forgot his name. We was only there. They only allowed us to be there for a good 20-minute increment. And when I was there, there was two guys. It was a quarterback. His name was Jackson. I forgot his last name, but apparently he was the steal. He wasn't originally a commit to Penn State, but
okay.
apparently he's pretty good. I forgot where he was from.
And in house, is he in house or is he out of state?
Out of state.
Out of
Yeah.
state. Okay. Okay. All right. What about some Penn State players that go into the next level for the
Um,
NFL?
Wide receiver Parker Washington. He's going to be entering the draft. He's not returning. That's number 3 for any body who's a Penn State fan or whatever. He's leaving. Obviously, quarterback Sean Clifford. He's completed his full time at Penn State, so he's probably going to be entering the draft. And then you got guys like Jair Brown, also safety, number 16. So those are some key guys. To probably be on the lookout for. Pretty good. I watched him play the last 2 years. Really good talent. So
Nice. Yeah, because the draft obviously is a big deal. You don't want to take any misses. I feel like even when you got Dotson went to Penn State too, right?
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
he's having some success right now too. He just got to get a little bit more healthy.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you don't want to see him doing that well because you gotta see him twice a year. But yeah, he's got some talent to him. But the one thing I like to do on the show, which Kenny and Phil think is a great thing, is ask how your week is going, how you feeling. So everybody got work going, life is going. So how's your week going so far?
It's going good so far. I really only worked 2 days this week because I'm on PTO. I had plenty of PTO to use. That's the great thing I love about
That's
my
the
company.
that's the common theme right now.
prepare the others. Damn.
Yeah,
Prepare the others because I'm not
exactly.
gonna be there.
But that's exactly what I just been doing. Like I said, I had Penn State's National Signing Day today, and then yesterday was just a lighter story. Like I said, I do shoot video and stuff, so it's a lot of Christmas stuff that we do. This house, I'm in Harrisburg. They have this setup where they play music along with their lights, so you can tune into the radio station and it'll play as you sit in your
Nice.
car and watch. So just little festive things.
All right. What about you, Phil? How you feeling on this?
We're here. That's all that matters.
So we're here.
Rough Sunday after
Rough
all
Sunday.
the events
Hey, listen.
happened.
In your
So
household, no laterals. No laterals 40 yards backwards to the quarterback that has no athletic bone in his body.
Right. I mean, hey, we both kind of took a beating last week, so
Right.
yeah, to Raider related things, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's been a good week for me too. I'm just excited to get to. Obviously, everybody gets to spend time with their family, so I'm looking forward to that. Spend some time with my nephew. He's gonna try to get me to play basketball outside when it's gonna be 20 degrees.
It's
No,
gonna be a lot of
sir.
the jump shot.
Yeah.
And everything has to be cold. So
Yeah, for
it's gonna be-
him the hooping gene don't stop. See, because my sister and her boyfriend Nate, that's all he does is plays basketball. So, but man, listen, we had a great week 15 for the NFL. Unfortunately, I've been eliminated from two of my playoffs in the fantasy, so I'm kind of sad right now.
Wow.
In the both big money leagues, now I got the fake charity league that I got. That's not even gonna really matter. I'm out of it now. But how y'all doing in fantasy football right now? If you do it,
You want to go first, or?
Hey, I'll go first. Speaking of the charity league, we had a nice little matchup this week, me versus Lawrence. I'm glad, he's, already out of the door, halfway out the door about it. So
my team is so stacked in that league.
I mean,
like,
you're already halfway out the door. You might as well fully commit. I mean,
nah.
I'm
I
glad
only
you're.
lost twice.
I'm already. Hey, there's always time for a third one. It's never too late for a third loss. So I'm just happy you're already accepting that this league's not going to do much. So I'm happy to get my W this week against Lawrence.
So funny story. I actually don't do fantasy just because I feel like I got really bad luck. For some reason, if I ever bet on a player to do well, they seem to get hurt. I've learned that from doing parlays.
You came to the right podcast then.
Oh man, we gotta listen. We could write a whole paper on that as our group chat. Oh my goodness, we're complaining right. We're actually complaining right now as we do this podcast. But yeah, we brought Aaron was on here the last 2 weeks. He had joined us and everything. He kind of gave us his thought of how he felt about the Eagles, the outlook of the season. And I know, I told them, I'm not gonna bring somebody on here that I don't think knows what's going on with the team fully, and kind of the NFL right now. So, what's your thoughts on first? What's your thoughts on Jalen Hurts with the shoulder?
Well, honestly, I was a little mad at the coaching decision. I didn't really like the play calling going on. Miles Sanders, he had 100+ yards the week before, and then for him to barely get any touches, it just seemed weird. So I was kind of wondering what the coaching plan was there. As far as going into the Bears, I think the Bears have the third worst rush defense, I think, and just to completely ignore it was just strange. So. Obviously, that was the result of Jalen Hurts getting hurt because we were trying to force. And a lot of those were, option. So, I mean, he could have handed it off. But still, having so many design runs, that shouldn't have been a thing for him, especially in the cold. I mean, I'm sure, Lawrence, from playing in the cold, getting hit in the cold is not –
it's very different. It's not early September anymore.
Exactly.
Where the weather is great, so –
So, I mean, that was my frustration with the game. But I'm okay if he isn't playing this weekend. That's fine with me. It's not as important as it once was for us to win that game. So,
yeah. So I think it's a good and bad thing that he's nicked up right now. I think that kind of gives them opportunity to strengthen on areas that they feel like they need to before going into the postseason, because you got the bye week already. So what do you really want to do? Do you want to sit him out this week? Because I feel like he's going to have to play one of the last weeks, because you don't want him to sit an entire month before playing another game again. And it's a shoulder, it's going to be stiff and all that. So what weaknesses do you think you see right now with the Eagles? Or the Achilles heel that you see going into the postseason?
Well, for me, for the longest, it was our run defense. That was for the longest, just because like in the earlier weeks we kind of showed weakness in that area.
Mm.
But I think getting Sue and then what's the what's his name Joseph that we got at a D tackle.
Linval
Yeah,
Joseph.
yeah, Linval Joseph. Yeah, getting them kind of helped the run game, and then Jordan Davis is healthy again. So we've been shutting it down. I
Big
think
boy.
Derrick Henry only might have had like 42 yards against us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and they've been doing pretty good. We didn't even let Saquon get busy either. So like, I was happy to see that, but that was really the only thing that I was like worried about. But right now, I'm not trying to sit here and sound like a crazy Eagle fan and say we ain't got no weakness, but
Yeah, no, y'all,
We know a lot of those. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, y'all listen. Y'all a well-rounded team. I think the biggest thing for the Eagles is, or just any playoff team too, is the running. Because if you can have the running down, all less fails. Like you can just say we about to just run the ball, move the ball, and y'all been probably the best at it in the league so far.
Especially when it gets colder as well, because those playoff months are gonna hit.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah.
But not going from there. What did y'all think about the Bills and Dolphins game?
Was it actually snowing? I couldn't. It was so hyped up for about a week. It's gonna be 5 inches, 6 inches, a crazy ass snow game. Then nothing happens.
The storm apparently rerouted, and then it went to where it was gonna go later, and then it started snowing in the second half.
I was playing against Josh Allen in fantasy. They could have rerouted like pregame, had to do like postgame. It's crazy. But it was a lot closer than everyone expected. I saw a lot of Bills fans say it's going to be a wash, too overrated, et cetera, et cetera. But it was only like a 3-point win, so it was like a potential playoff picture matchup. So it was a really good game from my end.
One of my coworkers, he's a Dolphins fan, and I was telling him that too. I was like, Tua held his own. There were so many people, so many analysts saying, "Oh, they're going to get washed," and kid Tua play in the cold. This is just going to be a Bill's going to walk away with this. And I was telling him, I'm like, man, Tua held his own, and he was like, hey, I'm tired of moral wins, though. Like so I was like, hey, you got to take what you can get, man.
Yeah, they're sitting at I believe 8-6 right now. Bills at 11-3. We could very well see this again anyway. I think that's something that could happen, where they kind of a crash course, and it's hard to beat a team 3 times. But then they split. They went 1-1.
Yep, 1-1.
Yep.
1-1. So it's crazy they play both of their games in extreme conditions. Not even extreme conditions, but the cold in the second half or the wind and everything like that was pretty crazy.
Oh, you say extreme heat for the first one?
Yeah, that's
was it extreme heat? Okay,
people.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they were emptying the bench for people that were cramping. Like it was that's tough to play in.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's exhausting.
Tried to pull LeBron on them. Crazy.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's true, but I was told that like Miami Stadium is kind of built like that, where the sun always shines on the away side, so they're getting the majority of the heat. Yeah, so
smart. It's like I think it's like 5 to 7 degrees hotter or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Than where the Dolphins are at. Man, I listen, man. About the Bills though, I don't know. They're 11-3, but it's just like they don't make me.
I mean, to be honest, we probably won't see too much about the Bills in the playoffs until they meet the Chiefs. That's everyone's anticipated matchup.
I think they're gonna coast until that happens.
Yeah, because that's the measuring stick as well. Because we know they're a good team, but their big trouble for the last a year or two has been the Chiefs. Can they get past Mahomes and et cetera, et cetera? So until they do that, they're just gonna keep underestimating them until they actually do it. So
right.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you kind of look throughout the league, I mean, for me at least, even speaking about my own team, I don't really know what team has just completely dominated all season. Like every team's kind of had games where you go, are they contenders? So I mean, it's been a pretty weird season, from even the Chiefs. They've had games where you kind of scratch your head.
I will say two teams that I feel like are steamrolling and going, but they obviously one is the Niners. I feel like they've been steamrolling and going, but that's just how they go. Like the 49ers, they're so dysfunctional, but it just works. And then another one I would say is the Bengals. The Bengals are on fire right now, and they're kind of just floating in there. They just bumped up to, I think, the third spot or the fourth spot in the playoffs. So like you gotta watch for them too. The Ravens are falling down because Lamar's not there and everything like that. But we got Tuesday in the chat. He said, "How far do you guys think Brock Purdy will bring the Niners?"
It all depends on the matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Micah said 2 weeks ago. He's talking about system quarterback. That's the idea of a system quarterback, that you are so well rounded on offense and defense that you could just throw a guy in like that and just ask him to do the bare minimum, little dump off passes, hand the ball. You got a pretty good running game. Right. I think as long as he's doing those things, they can go as far as they want to go.
Yeah, and he was a pretty good passer in college, so we gonna see. Like, he's just getting started. I don't know if he'll be the answer, but now if he goes in, keeps steamrolling, now you got another controversy on your hands. What do you do? Right. Trey Lance is gonna be coming off the shattered ankle or whatever it is. What do you do with Jimmy G? You sign him for 2 years. Gone.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they sign him for a year or two?
I think it was a year, maybe.
They probably got a clause in it to where there's no cap hit. They probably smart at this point. Hopefully they smart.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the MCA playoff picture, I think the only defense that scares you is probably the Eagles and maybe the Cowboys. But if the 49ers play one of them, that'd probably be very, very weird in the first round. But they could probably face a lower seeded team as well. Maybe get the second or third round at best. All depends on matchups.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's a fact. And then the craziest thing, this single handedly lost me my fantasy matchup in one of my leagues. The Colts and the Vikings.
Oh, man.
33-0.
Imagine being on the Vikings down 33-0.
Oh my listen, man.
A lot.
Oh my goodness. At one point it was like plus 1,600.
I think we need to start wondering, is there such thing as the Matt Ryan curse? Because I mean,
that's what my boy Kenny, he's one of the co-hosts on here. He's a Falcons fan, so he's still like I would be doing the same thing too as him. Is if Drew Brees went somewhere else and people talk crazy about him, I'll still defend Drew Brees because that's your quarterback, that's your guy. But Matt Ryan might be cursed, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is crazy. The defense too. Defense has blame. 39 unanswered points in a half is crazy.
So I mean I understand this is your podcast, but I got a question for y'all. So I mean, do you hire Jeff Saturday after this year?
No.
I mean,
no.
Come on.
That was a boys club move right there.
Yeah, it was like a feel good story, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like, all right, we're about to rip the Band-Aid off. We don't want to rip it off and then do some random shit that the fans aren't going to connect with. It's a smart move though. Yeah. It's a smart move.
Yeah, they be honest. The fans bought in, so. That would be like, them like the Eagles trying to bring in Nick Foles. Everybody would be like, "Oh man, Nick Foles," because you're excited about the idea, but all in all, he probably don't got the experience or the coaching abilities to really get the team where they need to be. So
yeah, I mean, it's pretty much. I'm pretty sure they said regarding this move, our season's probably done. We don't see ourselves being competitive, so let's give something like our fans would most likely or put butts in the seats, I guess. Since Jeff Saturday knows linemen, his son with obviously Peyton Manning, so maybe you get a fan favorite. People want to see him and see how he does. Yeah, he said himself he didn't know how he's going to do, but he's there for the rest of the season, and we got to see how it turns out, I guess.
Right. He said, Tuesday said, I can see Sean Payton go there.
He needs to go back to New Orleans.
Hey, listen, you can come back. We miss you, bro. I'm not going to lie. I was wrong going back to the beginning of the season. I can admit that I was wrong. I have faith in this coaching staff. They are hot garbage. They need to go. They got to go. I'm done with this. Clear house. But it's not going to happen. He's going to probably be there for the next year or two. So, unfortunately,
wasn't there a Sean Payton rumor to Dallas at one point?
Hey, listen, if he leaves within the next 2 years, I'll be happy. We're going to get compensated for him returning before the contract ends or whatever. So, I'll take it. He's smart though. He's smart because
he left because Drew Brees left.
Yeah, I wouldn't say well, Drew Brees was like he was done. Like he couldn't make any throws. He was just all he could do was throw slants and swing routes. Like he couldn't throw the ball down the field, so you can't win like that. But I think Sean Payton left because he saw the future of what the Saints is. The roster's super old. The dodging the bullet and making money disappear off of the negative of the books for the cap space. Like he didn't want to deal with none of that anymore. So
Awesome.
it is what it is. And he wanted a quarterback. He wants a quarterback.
There is a bright side.
That's
though.
what it is.
The Falcons and Saints are tied with the win. So Lawrence,
Hey,
that's
listen.
looking good. High five.
Yeah, so me and my boy Kenny, we got a bet. I bet at the beginning of the season. I thought the Saints would get 10 wins. That was clearly wrong. Clearly 100% wrong. But it's whoever gets the most wins out of the Saints and Falcons. So I've been down for the past 3-4 weeks. The Saints finally have rallied. But even if I lose the bet, we swept the Falcons. So this is a debut season. Even if we go down as a losing season, 5-12 or whatever it is, we still swept. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm sticking with. I'm gonna
You better say that in between push-ups then. Just swap Falcons.
Yeah, 100. No, listen, it's gonna be him doing 100 push-ups, not me. Listen. I got faith the Saints is gonna finish strong.
We got to make sure we have that life alert next to Kenny then, just to be safe.
Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to lose a couple more games though, because we need that.
Oh man, if I hear that again, y'all good. Y'all in a good spot right now.
But it's good just to have that draft pick. You know, I wouldn't mind if y'all lost.
I think what are we bottom 5 of the league?
Probably.
Yeah. What else you want?
A little bit more.
They want number 2. They want number 1 or 2.
Worst case scenario, we make the playoffs, but the Bucks have like a easier schedule than us at the end, so it's gonna be close. But oh man. But what do y'all think about the Vikings though? The Vikings. Because I never liked the Vikings. I think they've been frauds. We could date this all the way back. We can date this back to the Saints Bounty Gate. That was frauds then. They got put in the dirt. They was frauds when it was Diggs down the sideline. They got gifted an opportunity to go to the bowl. They got whooped by the Eagles, 38-0 or something like that.
38-7.
Like how many times? Like I don't believe in them. That's just me though.
No, I agree. I've always felt like they was frauds. I also don't like this whole cop out every time Kirk can't perform that it's prime time Kirk. I'm like, well, if he ever makes a big time playoff game or makes a Super Bowl, that's going to be prime time. So what is the excuse that he cannot win big games? Like, I never understood that narrative. That always bothered me. I've always felt like the Vikings were frauds. I mean, try not to be biased here, but I've never been a fan.
Yeah, I mean, same. I agree. It just the offense looks nice every year. It's just the defense can't hold anybody. The defense is. I mean, you saw 33 points to the Colts in the first half. The Colts, and I think Jonathan Taylor was hurt that game because he's now out for the rest of the season. So you let up 33 points to those guys. It's just crazy. It's just the defense is terrible.
I mean, the offense also didn't score though, so it's like you gotta, sometimes it's kind of shifty, and I noticed that Jefferson, I think it was against, which he's great, I was gonna say, but against, was it Sauce Gardner and was it Diggs, and I think Darius Slay. I think he didn't get more. Yeah, he
40 yards.
Yeah, 30, 40 yards. So I was like, wait a minute, like what's going on? So
yeah, it's all about matchups too, like and scheming him to get open. But also those guys are super super talented.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to take anything away from him. But I'm just saying against the better matchups, his numbers seem to.
You ain't gonna torch everybody every game. That's just not gonna happen, no matter how good you are. But listen, man, what y'all think about the Browns right now? The Browns could potentially sneak in. They just beat the Ravens.
Trace McSorley, I think. Trace McSorley.
Wait, what happened? No, well, he's not. He's with the Cardinals.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's with the Cardinals.
Shit, never mind. It was Anthony Brown then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's with the Ravens 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You were talking about. Oh no, I thought you were saying because Trace McSorley, he's supposed to be starting for Colt McCoy this week.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
mixed up.
yeah.
But
What y'all think about the Browns right now? You got Deshaun Watson. He's starting to tune up a little bit more. Um, and then how y'all feel about the Ravens too?
For the Browns, I just think it's a chemistry year. I don't. I think they'll like make a run into playoffs. But I don't think they'll make it. But I think it's just a get right. Have see what this offense can truly do with Deshaun Watson for the rest of the year. Just because the Ravens are in the playoff race still, the Bengals and the Chargers and sort of the Patriots, but I just doubt it. But yeah, just a lot of other things. But and Nick Chubb has gone downhill performance wise the last couple of games, so maybe it's a little bit of fatigue for carrying the team the first half of the season. But I think it's a get right year. Try to get Watson acclimated with the offense this time around.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I don't really know if they ever really expected much out of the season, being though that he wasn't going to play until week 11. So I mean, I think they were just trying to take what they could get, and like Phil just said, trying to get that chemistry going maybe for the coming years, because I mean he'll be there for a while, and I'm sure they're probably going to try to. I mean, it's a big not to switch subjects, but it's a big coming this offseason, big free agency for running backs. So there's going to be plenty of running backs and things. There's going to be a lot of movement going on. So there'll probably see some shifts and changes too.
Right. Hey, listen, for me, the Ravens are in trouble. I don't know. They could probably stay above water. Hopefully, Lamar finds a way to come back for them.
He was practicing, I think, today. I saw a report.
He's going battle. He's going to find a way because he knows what's at stake if he kind of does what he did last year and then kind of just sit out to the end, because they was at the same spot last year, 8 or 9 wins, and then down the last stretch he wasn't there for them. So we're gonna see. And I like the Browns. I was watching some of the film. Deshaun Watson, some of the throws he makes, they're like he's on his way. Being out for 2 years, he's gonna be rusty, but there's some plays in there to where you're like, all right, that's the 2015, 16 Deshaun Watson again. Phil, man, we just gonna go to you. We gotta do it.
Wait, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, give me one moment.
We gotta do it.
Fast forward it.
What was it?
It was a house call from Chandler Jones.
First off, what was Ramondre thinking? And then what was Jacoby thinking?
Well,
did you get any? They do press conferences or
going off of the interviews they had after the game. The designed or the actual thing was go to overtime, but they said in their interviews they try to be a hero, lateral. Jacoby Myers tried to be a hero, lateral. Mac Jones, I should have made the tackle. Stiff arm. Derrick Henry stiff arm, just Josh Norman style. It was probably one of the worst plays that we've seen in a while. So not a very good. And plus, we got screwed over with the whole touchdown by Hollins, I believe it was before.
Y'all think that was a touchdown?
I mean,
personally,
I don't know, man.
Personally,
what's funny though is any other time they got cameras near that angle. I've seen closer angles before of people's feet at the sides of the end zone.
And he was
you got an angle from the Sweet 16 up there, like that's the angle you the only angle you have. That's insane.
Why they use that angle? They didn't want to make it too obvious.
They did say he apparently he slid into it, so like it looked like he dragged his toe, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the last winnable game for the Patriots because they got the Bengals, Dolphins, and Bills coming up. Not very, good schedule to go against when you're trying to make the playoffs 7-7. I think they're down by 1 game against the Dolphins too at 8-6. So it's very scary.
It's gonna be a crazy stretch.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted the Raiders to lose. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I felt I wanted the Raiders to lose too.
Because I didn't want to hear Nick's mouth about them having a chance at the playoffs. I can't deal with it no more.
Remind you 170 yards though, so I mean that's at least a positive, I guess.
True.
Because fantasy.
And then we'll recap 2 more games here. Like I mentioned the Bengals. I want to shout them out for doing justice. giving the Saints an opportunity to at the playoffs still. If they, I believe if they won that game, I think the Saints would have been out of contention for the playoffs. Would have been good for the Eagles fans.
Yeah, it would have been real nice.
But hurtful for me. But what y'all think about? What do y'all think about the Bucks right now and how they're trending, and then the Bengals too?
Tom, I think it's time. Tom, father,
it's time.
Father,
hit the music. End of the road.
I think I got a call too. I think it's Father Time. He calling. It's time to go.
It might be New England.
He looks awful. He looks awful. He looks awful. They keep making excuses for him, and it's just bad. It's just bad.
What they were up 17-3 and then just completely collapsed. I mean, obviously wasn't as bad as the whole Colts and Vikings thing, but it's still, just not able to maintain control. And it seems like they have the weapons there. Him and Mike Evans just have not been on the same page at all this year.
Mike Evans' body's falling apart.
Yeah,
when he's running routes, he just seems like he's off balance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you said, it's just not there. I think he probably is more in sync with Godwin too.
Yeah. You see that. I mean, Godwin usually has the better performances whenever they play. So, yeah. I mean, I just think that Tom just gotta walk off into the sunset and just, you still to go. We still love you, but I think it's time.
He not leaving.
He's not going.
Yeah, he's gonna force his way out. I think he's gonna get out of there. I don't think he's gonna stay there another year. I don't think he's gonna do it. Because what is this, year 3 or year 2? Or no, year 3, right?
3, yeah.
Year 3.
Super Bowl,
2020,
Rams,
2021, 22. Yeah. Oh man, but I think it's more impressive for the Bengals, man. I think they're getting hot at the right time. Me and Kenny were thinking about, they might not make the playoffs earlier in the year because they were, I believe, they were 1-3.
Yeah, 1-2, I think maybe.
Yeah, so they might be on like a 7-game win streak.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? I think it was similar to last year. I think last year they kind of started slow, and everyone said, "See, this is why they should have drafted more offensive linemen." Mm-hmm. Everyone was, on them for that, and then they were in the Super Bowl, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute, how'd that happen?" And they're kind of doing the same trend this year. Everyone was kind of,
I think 6 games. So they won. They've won 7 out of the last 8.
Wow.
Well, might as well make it 7 after the next week.
Last game they lost was to the Browns on Monday night, 32-13. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're on a.
And then they beat the Browns. So.
Yeah, they're on a crazy run right now.
That was Jacoby Brissett. I think that first game he went crazy though. The first game.
Some of these quarterbacks this year is wild. Geno Smith, how you feel about Geno?
Geno, wow. I mean, who
Pro Bowler Geno, you mean?
Yeah, Pro Bowl Geno. Yeah,
he did make it.
Yeah, wow. I just didn't think Seahawks were gonna have the season that they're having. They pulled the robbery on the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
Man, I couldn't have called that. I'm going 100%.
Sack over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Grinch style.
Grinch style, for real.
Shout out to Geno, man. He's playing great. Happy for him. He's been in the league for a couple of years, so it's good to see him, finally getting his shine.
Right. I think he's leading the league in like QBR or something close to that. Maybe like pass touchdown to interception ratio, but definitely one of the league leaders or like top 3 in a certain category. But yeah, no one expected the season from the Seahawks at all. Everyone was expecting Drew Lock to be the starter and then for just take the whole year. But his chemistry with Lockett and Metcalf, and we can't forget, Kenneth Walker has been absolutely electric this year. The rookie running back, just absolutely crazy. So I mean, I don't think they'll make the playoffs because 49ers are winning the division, and I think they're like falling down to earth a little bit right now, and they might lose out or maybe like win a couple more. But yeah, I think it was overall a better season than everyone expected, and definitely a season to be proud of for the Seahawks, no matter what happens. So,
right. And then a great. Oh, I actually missed. Oh my goodness. Well, it's 2 NFC games. So NFC East games. The Giants and the Commanders on Sunday night. What'd y'all think of that game? I know you don't. I know you don't probably care about the.
He's like, wait, there's a football game on that
the
night.
Giants or Commanders.
I was watching the Sixers.
Oh.
I wasn't even watching that game, to be honest.
I was watching.
Yeah. Oh no, he's gotta watch because he might because I feel like that's what the Eagles do not want. That's what they do. They do not want to see.
We don't want to see who.
Like a division opponent.
Really,
Like the first game. First game. Any of them.
Well, Dallas because
See,
anyone but them. Yeah.
I thought you meant the Giants or Washington. I'm like, oh
no, I'm saying them too. Like as far as like playing as a third time that early though, you get off a bye and then you got to go and play a division opponent.
I wouldn't mind.
That's tough.
I wouldn't mind. They got to come to us. You got to come to the league.
I mean, Dallas will be the scariest out of those three. So
yeah, that's why
the link is gonna be rocking.
I'm not biased. I'm not one of those Eagle fans who are gonna sit here and lie to you. Like if you had to ask me, like, who am I scared of, like in the NFC? Well, I'm not gonna say scared of, but who would give us the toughest time would be either the Cowboys or the 49ers. Other than that, I think I'm feeling confident.
That's fair. That's fair to say. That's fair to say. I think we kind of been saying that the last couple of weeks too. I think those are the two teams just from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. If Jalen Hurts and them they go against the Niners is just annoying. Yeah. Like they're like the DBs are not that good. They're just annoying. Yeah. Like they just do they punch the ball out at the last second when you have a perfect pass. Like they just do the little things well.
Their safety as well. Nick Bosa, just a lot.
Fred Warner, like just all them guys. They're scary, man. So
yeah. So there's a lot of complaining from Commanders fans about some pass interferences.
It was pass interference.
It definitely was. It definitely was.
He was all over.
I don't know how. Listen, I don't know how they didn't call it. That was just complete madness. Madness. I'm watching the game. Like, I'm like, yo, what is the ref? I don't understand. He's got to be looking somewhere else. That
was all refs. That's Sunday, I guess. I mean, the refs just took a day off, I guess.
Yeah,
they had a PTO day. The refs did the whole Sunday. So
I'm not gonna lie to you. The more and more that the betting gets prevalent into sports, there's gonna be more questions. Because these missed calls.
All leagues are sponsored by them.
Yeah, because you got every 2 seconds we got to listen to JB Smooth, with the Caesars,
Jamie Foxx, the Bet MGM,
and then Kevin Hart with the get the $200 when $200 probably not nothing to him in life. Like they just some of these
that check you getting though
questionable, but we're gonna start seeing that more and more. I think there's more people that are sports cappers. They're kind of talking about that. Like the more you keep pushing that, you cannot have human error anymore because people are gonna go, yo, you're cheating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You clearly especially if say the spread is on that catch where I think it was Samuel was getting PI'd.
Mm-hmm.
That catch puts it over, and then it doesn't go. People are gonna be like, yo, the ref is cheating. He doing something. Because it don't make sense, but
that ref had Giants money line. That's why.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the Giants might give people fits though. Just in game one when whoever they got to play.
But can you draft the offense though minus Saquon?
I think it's gonna be interesting.
If you bottle up Saquon, I think you have a very good shot at beating them. Because the wide receivers,
they're
not the best.
But the thing is with them is that Dabble he's gonna put Daniel Jones in the best situations. One thing you kind of see Daniel Jones not doing this year as much is the turnovers. He's kind of eliminated those, and you can see kind of the difference makers in the games too. So we're going to see.
I mean, I think kind of like Phil said, I mean, if you can bottle up Saquon, I mean, you did half the job. I mean, obviously we're a lot more talented than they are, but just from the game that we played, we made sure Saquon was not doing any of that, and they did not have an answer. So as long as you can do that, that is the reason for, I think, their record and their season. Saquon Barkley, he's a monster.
Yeah, he been torching this season, but I think that's a lot of teams. They're probably they see the Giants, let Daniel Jones be the deciding factor. We're not about to lose because of Saquon. So, and then the last game, man. Last game, lot of crazy talk. The Jags and the Cowboys.
You know what? That
40-34 overtime pick six.
listen,
Eagle
Eagle
fans,
fans,
off.
Eagle fans don't hate me, but that was not Dak's fault. I will say that.
Yeah, it was Noah Brown's. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, if I get to the side, listen, if I'm like CeeDee Lamb or somebody, and I see the ball thrown, I just run past to get you open.
Yeah.
Give you an opportunity when the ball is supposed to go to me, and then the ball is dropped, and then you see the replay, and it hits you in the shoulder pads and the hands. I'm gonna strangle you on the sideline.
Yeah, that was all no, bro.
Like, somebody gonna have to get you off of me.
Yeah, but
Like,
then the Cowboys
be,
lose like a 10+ point lead, like a double-digit lead as well.
Yeah, the defense let up.
Was,
the defense let up.
27.
I think 500. I think 500 total yards of offense from the Jags.
Yeah, the Cowboys ownership.
Trevor Lawrence is cooking too.
Yeah, plus the Cowboys ownership went from Jerry Jones to Zay Jones, and that fast because 3 touchdowns. 3.
Yeah, he went crazy. That
he went
27 for 42. 27 for 42. 318, 4 TDs, 1 pick.
What was Zay Jones' stats?
6 for 109, 3 TDs. Go crazy. Christian Kirk, 92 yards receiving. Evan Ingram, 62. ETN had 103 on the ground. I like
anything receiving?
ETN is going to be one of my favorite players over the next couple of years.
He'll have an off week this week, so I think we'll be fine.
Hey, listen. Yeah. Like you said, I think I kind of wanted to talk about. I don't know if you saw it. Shady got to get off TV, man.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of. I love Shady as an Eagles.
Yeah, like because that is the type of fan that I'll be talking about. It's just like no matter what, it has to be Eagles get brought in the conversation. You could be like, yo, Joe Burrow is having a good, but Jalen Hurts this season. It's like, bro, we just giving Joe Burrow.
You saw what he said about Dak?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He's ass. That was
bro. In that segment, he said he was trash. Then he said his ass, and then he said he was an average player and then an above average player, which that doesn't even make sense. So he's conflicted. He knows of what Dak is, but he doesn't want to give the flowers because of how well the Eagles are doing right now. So he has to dim that light. But you can't be, you gotta especially when you're on TV, you gotta be objective somehow.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
a little bit. I know you're a fan. We got Skip Bayless that goes crazy for the Cowboys. Most people know he's deranged in itself, but
LeBron.
Come on, Shady.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say as a journalist myself, I just kind of cringe when I watch it because we are told to be unbiased like that whenever we report and things like that. I'm actually not even a Penn State fan, but I actually grew up being a fan of Ohio State, so that's the funny thing about that. But I've always whenever I'm doing my job, I remain unbiased, and I mean I feel like that's hard for him just because, like you said, how well that we are doing. He feels like he just has to throw trash on Dak and just even when he's not playing that bad.
Yeah, and he's coming off the injury. He's out for 5 weeks. But I think they're gonna be fine. But one thing, I always say since 2020, since we started this, we complain about quarterbacks, but there's not who when you want to replace somebody, who is gonna be there.
Yeah.
That's the matter of the fact. We want Cooper Rush. Dak he's not getting it done. That's never gonna happen because he makes $2 trillion as a quarterback for the Cowboys. Yeah. So it's just but listen, man, I'm gonna what's the name? I'm gonna bring up the NFC playoff picture right now. We got one right now, Eagles, 2 Vikings, 3 49ers, 4 Buccaneers, 5 Cowboys, 6 Giants, and 7 Commanders. And in the hunt, we got Seahawks, Lions, Packers, and Panthers. Things looking nice.
Honestly, I see just off of first glance, I think one of these 6 or 7 teams are gonna drop, and I think the Lions get in. The
Yep,
Lions have been that well.
Lions,
I agree.
Lions is sorts. Shout out to the Lions. They just beat the tough defense in the Jets.
Well, like
And
6 or 7 straight.
I think if Mike White is the quarterback, the Jets don't lose. But
No lie, when we played them in game one, the Lions were completely healthy, and everyone was clowning the Eagles, and they said, "Wow, y'all let the Lions get with y'all." I said, "They're good. They're
no,
good."
yeah, we say that too. We're because
Yeah.
you got to think about all the weapons they got, and then people like I just said, people disrespect quarterback. Jared Goff, people, you better act like you know because he didn't go to a Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me? So it's like it's pretty wild to watch people like disrespect some of the quarterbacks, and he has an offensive line where he can just sit back there and just do his thing. He got Swift, he got Jamal Williams, you got Jamison Williams now. You got is Chark there too? You got Chark.
Yeah,
DJ
yeah,
Chark
yeah.
is there. So you got St. Brown too. So you got a bunch of pieces. So it's gonna be real interesting. I think do they got a high first round pick this year that they traded for, or
I'm not sure.
I might be thinking about another team they got their stuff, but I think it's gonna be real interesting to see what the Lions do.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, going from there, you got the AFC right now. At 1, you got the Bills, 2 Chiefs, 3 Bengals, 4 Titans, 5 Ravens, 6 Chargers, 7 Dolphins, and in the hunt,
8 Patriots. So
in the hunt, you got the Patriots, Jets, Raiders, and Jags. Who you think in the hunt could sneak in? I think it's pretty airtight right now with the teams that are there. I could see the Ravens dropping off.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Probably the Jets or Jaguars, in my opinion, because it all depends on if Lamar Jackson comes back or not. Because this Ravens offense is completely useless without him. And the Jets have been playing well, but they got to figure out that quarterback situation. And the Jaguars are kind of streaking right now. And I'm pretty sure they have a decent schedule ahead of them.
Because I know the Jets, they want to start Mike. They wanted to play Mike White, but he apparently wasn't ready. And I feel like that's another that Zach Wilson is a locker room situation.
Oh man, Jaguars and Jets Thursday night to settle that as well. So someone's going to start off with a bad taste.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, I think Jets are kind of believing in Mike White right now, and they're hoping that hopefully he can come through and be the savior because Zach Wilson's kind of like the default right now, and they probably don't even want to think about Joe Flacco. So,
right. Also, side note, the Jaguars' next 3 games: Jets, Texans, and Titans. All those are winnable games. Ryan Tannehill's out for the season. Those are definitely all winnable games.
Oh, so maybe wait, hold on.
Ravens and Jaguars switch.
So Titans dropping out?
It's possible.
It could be the Titans.
Also, the Titans are like 1 game ahead of the Jaguars, so the Jaguars could win the division.
Oh wow! Well, yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So
what are they 7 and 8 right now?
I think they're. I know it's a 1 game difference.
What's the Titans right now? What are
Well, I can check. They are 7-7, and the Jaguars are 6 and 8.
Okay, yeah. So
And the Jaguars owe the tiebreaker right now, so because they beat early in the season.
It's gonna get real interesting, man. Real interesting.
Fuck it, Jaguars for the division. They might as well. Brian Tannehill's out. They got to rely on Malik Willis.
Who we got? Let's run through the Pro Bowl rosters.
Okay.
It came out right before the show, so I couldn't make a graphic for it, unfortunately. But so hold on really quick.
All I know is the second player that's behind it, Nick Bosa and sacks, is on the Pro Bowl roster. That's all I care about. Mr. Judon made it 14.5 sacks on the year. He deserves it.
So quarterback right now, this is for NFC. NFC, we got Jalen Hurts, which I think he's gonna probably be the MVP of the season.
Yeah,
we're gonna see what happens.
I was looking so far.
Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins. Those are the quarterbacks. Running backs are Saquon Barkley. The backup, Tony Pollard for the Dallas Cowboys. The backup,
well deserved,
the Pro Bowl. And then Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is in there. I was really happy to see the Eagles give him some love this season.
Finally.
I'm an advocate for the running backs. The disrespect for the running backs, man.
There's a bias there, but
True,
wow.
yeah, the big bias. Yeah, listen, because people be tripping like acting like the running backs is not important. It's like, yo, you better act like you know, because once the playoffs come, you gonna need that guy.
Yeah.
You talking about, yo, he's expendable, he can be replaced. There's a good amount of people that can be replaced, but like some people can't. Like that's just the raw truth.
Also, surprising when you see good production when you actually give Miles Sanders the ball, because last year,
yes,
yeah, I mean
they
turned it up in the end. I mean that was the issue. They were trying to force Jalen Hurts to throw it too much at the beginning of the season, and they put Miles in there, got Kenneth Gainwell going, Boston Scott, and we were killing it.
And I like Gainwell too. I like him.
It's tough.
Juszczyk for the 49ers for fullback. I don't even know if he's gonna even play. Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, CD Lamb, and Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, the Eagles got like 8 Pro Bowlers, so
rightfully.
We're probably gonna see some, replacements or backups, because I don't think they're gonna be able to play the Pro Bowl because of the situation. Possible Super Bowl contenders. So we'll see how that works out.
I remember those.
I appreciate.
I remember from 2017 to 2020. Saints they got 13 wins and they had 7-8 people. The times, I won't see them again for a long time. A long time. George, and then for tight end you got George Kittle and T.J. Hawkinson. Hawkinson got traded to the Vikings mid-season. I think that's going to be a very, very good move for him. I don't know, man. I feel like the Vikings is going to make a move for a quarterback. I think the chatter is going to get up there.
Who's their backup right now? Kellen Mond?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yep. Yeah. And then offensive tackle, you got shout out to the O-lineman too. Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, Tristan Wirfs. Offensive guards, you got Zach Martin, Landon Dickerson. I gotta watch more stuff on him. I don't know too much about him yet.
He's good.
Yeah, because I try to watch YouTube has like breakdown of the game of watching like how people play and why they graded them the way they did. So like I try to watch some of the linemen to kind of get familiar with them. You got Chris Lindstrom from the Falcons. Fuck the Falcons. Jason Kels from the Eagles, the captain, and then Frank Ragnow from the Lions. And then defense, you got Nick Bosa, Brian Burns, DeMarcus Lawrence, Aaron Donald, Jonathan Allen, Dexter Lawrence. Oh shit! Shout out to Dexter Lawrence. Yeah. I didn't even know he was going off like that this season. Wait, is Leonard? What team is Leonard Williams on? He's on the Jets now.
Jets or Giants? Probably Giants.
Didn't he start on the Giants?
He said he drafted by the Jets and then went to the Giants.
And then went to the Giants. Okay, that's what it was. All right. Because I was trying to think. You got Michael Parsons. Shout out to Michael Parsons. Zadarius Smith for the Vikings. Hassan Reddick. Shout out to Hassan Reddick, man. Nice to see that his career is getting some buzz back.
I love this.
And then Fred Warner and Demario Davis for linebackers. Top tier guys right there. Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs, Tariq Woolen, and Jair Alexander. Alexander has been getting absolutely torched this season. I'm not gonna hold you. Quandre Diggs, Buda Baker, and then Hugh Funga. I'm not ever gonna try to say his first name.
Palomalo Jr.
Palomalo Jr. Hold on, and then let's go to. We got. There's only. Why would it give me only the NFC? AFC.
Where is it?
Oh yeah, there it goes up. Okay, so. All right, AFC, man. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Nick Chubb.
Damn.
Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Patrick Ricard, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Laramie Tunsil. Oh, shit.
How do they decide fullbacks they get Pro Bowl selections, though? I feel like there's not a lot of stats to go off of for fullbacks, not going to lie to you.
Those are the only two active guys that get out of the the confines of the tackle to tackle box.
Do they just check like who has the highest battle rating this year for fullbacks? Say he's gonna be in the. We'll pick him in the Pro Bowl this year.
The fan favorites.
Terran Armstead, Orlando Brown, Joe Bonito, Quentin Nelson, Joe Thuney, or is it
Thuney.
Is it Thuney?
Yep, former
Okay,
Patriot.
okay.
Miss you.
Creed Humphrey, Mitch Morse, Miles Garrett, Max Crosby. Max Crosby's been going crazy this season. He needs more help for the Raiders. The Raiders need to be put on trial for what they're doing to him. He gets to the quarterback, and then no one else can get the quarterback. It's pretty wild.
You got Chandler Jones there. I would
Trey
know.
Henderson, Chris Jones, Quentin Williams, Jeffrey Simons, or Jeffrey Simmons. My fault. I'm thinking of old boy from. I'm thinking of Anthony Simons. Too much sports.
Blazers.
Matt Judon.
Yeah, you know.
Shout out to Matt Judon. Khalil Mack, T.J. Watt, Roquan Smith, C.J. Mosley, Sauce Gardner. Damn, Sauce Gardner on their year one. That's impressive.
Someone's gonna be upset about that.
Marlon Humphrey, Xavier Howard, he gonna be out the league for what he just did the other day.
Wait, was Trayvon Diggs a rookie last year?
Trayvon? No.
Okay.
He's been in the league for like 2 years.
2 or 3.
Because he was on Pro Bowl last year. People were upset about it, including myself.
He was playing. He played with Surtain.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Surtain came the year. I think Surtain was last year, so he was. This is Diggs.
Yeah,
third year.
Third
year. Yeah. So I remember those two together at Bama was.
So, is Nick Folk a Pro Bowler?
Nick Folk is. I don't see kickers on here.
Damn.
Probably still deciding.
Yeah, and then Minka Fitzpatrick and Derwin James, Jordan Poyer, and then Duvernay and Justin Hardy.
Is Duvernay hurt?
Yeah, Duvernay just went on IR. None of these guys are gonna play. Aren't they doing Are they
Flag
doing like
football.
a flag football?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
Oh, they picked Justin Tucker again.
Yeah, of course.
The disrespect to Nick Folk is crazy.
Said that.
Justin Tucker is good.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, he missed how many field goals he missed the week before? 3. I mean, not that good, I guess, but it is what it is.
All right, man. We're gonna Jimmy. We do what's the name? We do pick'ems every week. We've been keeping track. We go against Phil has his own sports podcast too. So we're going against his co-host versus us. Right now, I think are we in the lead?
It's like
We're
3.
not-
We're up by 3.
Are you up by 3?
I'm up by Ball Central's up by 3. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, also individually, I'm pretty sure I'm leading by like 10 on like
Leading by
our
10?
individual ones. Yeah.
Okay. So we got
It's a landslide.
This week, what do we got here? We got Jacksonville versus the Jets, New York Jets. What y'all feeling?
If Zach Wilson's playing, I'm gonna have to go Jags. I just don't know if he can get him. If it was Mike White, I'll go Jets,
Right.
but I just don't think Zach Wilson is gonna have enough. I'm gonna go Jags.
I'm gonna go Jags as well. This is definitely a playoff implications matchup, and I know the Jags are gonna do their very best to try to get it. And plus, the offense with Zach Wilson not very trustworthy, but the Jags offense has been on fire recently. So yeah, we go with them.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jags too. Jags going crazy. ETN, one of my favorite players right now. Trevor Lawrence too.
I hope ETN does well, but not too well. So
ETN is about to send you packing. 2 touchdowns, devastation. And listen, all I needed to see is if he get 15, 16 carries, you're done.
Well, Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams, guys, do your things, please.
Well, what they gonna do? Tackle
him, yes.
when he's in the end zone. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, if he fumbles in the end zone, it'd be perfect. So yeah, tackle him, please.
He do got a fumbling problem. I'm not gonna lie. He be making me mad sometimes.
I hope he gets 3 fumbles.
And then we got one of the biggest games, probably gonna be the most watched this weekend. Somebody getting cold for Christmas. I don't know who it is. We got Philly and Dallas. Who y'all got?
I mean, based off what we know so far about Gardner Minshew probably playing, I think Dallas takes it. I think Dallas
Ooh,
probably.
damn.
I think Dallas probably takes it either way. This game means more to them. They've been counting it down. They're going to be firing on all cylinders because they gotta keep winning. So I think just based off of that, especially if Jalen Hurts isn't playing, I'm going Dallas.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just because the way how they lost last week to the Jaguars, absolutely terrible way to lose. So I agree they'd be all fired up, and I think they grab the second matchup because they lost the first one. So without Dak, so I think they get the second round here, second matchup here.
Yeah,
I'll go Dallas.
I'm gonna go Dallas because more and more stuff is rolling out now that Jalen Hurts might be out, especially since he missed practice. I think they said Wednesday, Thursday practices are really crucial.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was out.
yeah, so that's a telltale sign, especially if he's not even limited participation. That's gonna be tough. So, but if he somehow miraculously plays, I'm going with Philly. So I already got the if statement.
Well, can I throw the if statement in there?
Yeah.
If Jalen Hurts
we usually do that. If especially if it's like a significant player like the quarterback, that's like reasonable.
Yeah, on our podcast, the Ball Central podcast, we call it the John rule because he does it every single week. So yeah, that's an fact, of course.
And then we got Las Vegas against Pittsburgh. We got the Raiders and the Steelers.
I heard Pickett is apparently supposed to play, but I don't know if that'll matter. So I'm gonna go Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders as well. I don't trust the Steelers' offense at all. It's been a very up and down this whole year, and I think the Raiders D line. The only person on the Raiders D line, Mr. Max Crosby, gets to that Pittsburgh weak offensive line. So I go Raiders as well.
Amen. I'm going with the Steelers.
Upset alert.
I'm going with the Steelers, man. I will say this. Minka is a dangerous man. And I think there's going to be an opportunity where he smacks Devontae Adams out the game and changes the whole game. So we're gonna see though. We're gonna see. So I got the Steelers.
Yeah, the Raiders games have been shaky the last couple of weeks, so possible.
Yeah. And I don't trust Derek Carr. We know who he is. We know Derek Carr.
Wait, do you think Derek Carr's a top 10 quarterback? By the way, Jimmy.
Do I think?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on. I got. You can't just pop that question on me. I gotta pile up the quarterbacks in my head. But can I come back?
No, it's not. Yeah. We can come back to it. We'll wrap around to it. And then
I'm just curious.
He said that's a tough one. But if you got to do that, that's all we need to know.
Yeah, I gotta look at the whole league and really examine. I can't just base off of.
We got the Packers and the Dolphins is a really big game. For the Packers, they still got opportunity to get into the playoffs. They're at 6-8 right now. They got a big one. Was it Monday night?
Yep.
I didn't even watch that game.
It was Monday against the Rams.
Yeah. Christian Watson didn't pull up. He didn't do the magic that I needed him for.
He almost got a touchdown, but there was one possession where I think the Packers were about to score, but then Roger threw the ball, and Watson wasn't even looking at the ball. He just ran straight forward without even looking at it. It just went behind him. It was an easy walking touchdown too. It's crazy.
Rookie.
For that reason alone, that's why I'm picking Miami. I think they're too. All seriousness, I think they're too hungry for the playoffs right now. They got to keep winning. I think Tua kind of showed his grit again in that Bills game that he could play in any condition. So I think it's at Miami though. So I don't think that'll matter. But just saying. I'll take it.
I'm gonna go Miami as well. I think this is the Packers' last dance. It's over after this game. This team isn't as good as everyone says it is, or at least as Aaron Rodgers says. So I just think they've finally get eliminated in this game.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think this is a no-brainer, to be honest. I don't think Jair Alexander, he can't clone himself before the game, and even then, that's not gonna help them guard two speed demons.
Yeah,
so
that's gonna be tough.
Then the last game we got the Chargers and the Colts.
We watching this game?
No,
No shot.
no.
He said, I'd rather watch the Sixers game. And that's it. That's a lot.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting kind of bored of watching the Chargers.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I was just watching the other day. It's like the same thing. Justin Herbert drops back. He rolls to the right. And then launches it 70,000 yards.
Mike Williams will get it somewhere.
And praise for Mike Williams to grab the ball. Like it's the same thing every game. So I don't know. I still feel like the Chargers are gonna win. Chargers know what's at stake right now. I believe what are they 8-6?
Yep.
They're 8-6 right now. So
I think they're the 7th. I know they're one of the wild card teams right now. And it's Ravens, Chargers, the Dolphins, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that, they're at 6th.
Yeah, they're at 6 right now. So they still got a good opportunity to stay in the hunt.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chargers are getting healthy too. Keenan Allen is back. Mike Williams. I mean, Josh Palmer was even doing his thing for a minute. Austin Eckler. They're starting to get their unit back. I don't think J.C. Jackson's coming back this season, but
No, he's done.
No, he's done.
But other than that, I mean, they're just way better all around than I think the Colts are. So
No Jonathan Taylor rest of the year either. So
yeah, no Jonathan Taylor.
Hold on, Nick Foles coming. He's in his prime. He's in his prime situation. Places he doesn't belong, and he just shows up and does something miraculous.
Are the Colts still in playoff contention? I don't think so.
No.
Yes,
No, I'm just saying he can show up and ruin the party for them.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm still going Chargers. I don't know if got enough.
I'm gonna go San Diego Chargers as well. I'm gonna go with that.
The Chargers is a no-brainer in this one. The Colts is just messed up with injuries too bad.
Also, they can't find a damn quarterback, I guess.
Yeah. And Andrew, no luck after that is
right. They're passing around quarterbacks like crazy.
They might have to go get him back.
Andrew Luck.
That'd be crazy if he came back out of retirement.
I mean, how would you guys feel?
He was going.
You see the way he looks now? I doubt it. He looks wild right now.
Oh no, I never.
He looked like he went on the vegan keto diet. Like
he's just
shrunk like crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, how would you guys feel if your like franchise, like, what you thought was your future quarterback just was like, yeah, I'm done. Like,
well, yeah, if it was out of the random, like, and nothing was happening, but like he was getting destroyed.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'd be like, yo, I would have been asked as a teammate, yo, why are you doing this? They clearly it's been 4 years and they haven't drafted you a lineman. They don't.
And then as soon as they leave, they draft a lineman.
Yeah, then that following year they had the best offensive line in football. That was crazy, man. Crazy. But back to what Phil said.
Top 10.
Derek Carr, top 10.
Derek Carr, top 10. Man,
okay. We can get the obvious out the way if you want.
Well, listen, who are we putting in? Are we doing that? Like, are we naming people?
Sure, why not?
All right. So
Mahomes is the obvious one.
Yeah,
I got the stats here. You can say yes or no to them. So Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Yep.
Justin Herbert.
I think more Derek Carr.
Justin Herbert, not lately. I don't know.
This year as a whole.
This year,
yep.
Maybe not Justin Herbert this year. I can't put him in.
Okay,
we'll say that's a no. We'll say that's a no. Okay.
Tom Brady.
No.
Joe Burrow.
Yes. Yeah. Joe Burrow.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
Geno Smith.
I mean, the numbers,
this year, yes.
Okay. Jared Goff.
He's playing a top 15 quarterback right now. Maybe not a top 10, but he's definitely in the top 15.
Yeah, I like what feels the top 15. I don't know about top 10.
Okay, so we'll say no for Jared Goff for now.
Okay, no. Trevor Lawrence. So this will be the next person. This is number 6. It'll be number 6 for you. Not saying this is the order that you're giving, obviously, but
Yeah, I feel like I'm saying yes too fast without thinking about all the quarterbacks. That's why I didn't want to say yeah when he originally asked, because I'm like,
Well, some of them
there's
are obvious, but you know,
you got Jalen Hurts.
yes.
That's
yeah,
a clear
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Tua.
When healthy though, he was doing his.
I would say yes personally, but
Yeah, yes. I'll go yes.
All right, so that's what 7.
yep.
You said no to Trevor Lawrence.
Can we circle back to him?
Yeah,
Because
we'll say pass. We'll give him pass.
I'm. So you got Aaron Rodgers,
no,
Matt Ryan,
no,
Russell Wilson,
Yes. No.
Daniel Jones,
not this year. No.
Andy Dalton.
Does he play?
Yeah, he's a Saints quarterback.
I thought it was Taysom Hill.
No, it's Andy. It's been Andy Dalton for 11 games. Now you know my pain. I gotta watch him every week. Kyler Murray,
No.
Mac Jones,
Yes. No.
Mac Jones, no.
Lamar. So then it's based on this, you would probably have him top 10.
Okay. So yeah, I guess.
I personally would have him top 10. I will put him at the edge of it.
Okay.
I would say 11 to 12 for me.
It's very, very close. But a lot of the guys that are normally up there are having down years, so it's giving them that extra room to be there. Like Tom Brady's awful this year. You got Aaron Rodgers, he's awful. Like Russell Wilson is complete awful. So
yeah, like if we're going
guys
all,
right there.
if we're going all time, yeah, he's obviously not top 10. But
Yeah.
I think just looking at this year, you kind of got to give it to him.
Yeah.
He gets 10. Yeah, he gets 10A or 10B.
No, we didn't even say
We'll
give him
I will put Dak in there too.
Oh yeah, Dak. Because I looked at the passing yards.
I feel you're off on passing yards. When you said like Brady number 4 or 5, I was like, yep, it's off passing yards.
I went off passing yards, so he wasn't gonna be there because he had missed the 5 games or whatever.
Yeah, but I just think when he is playing though, I would say that.
Right.
It's also a fuck Derek Carr. So either way.
All right, man. Listen, it's been a pleasure, my guy.
Yeah,
any last
Thanks
words?
for coming through.
I usually give everybody last words, something that's been on their mind. It could be current events, a quote. I don't know, something you've seen in the news that's important.
Promotion, whatever you want.
I was about to say you are the news.
Yeah, I guess I am.
He's like, I know who I am. Yeah.
First and foremost, obviously, go Birds. You know what I'm saying? We hopefully have a good game. I would love to see Minshew beat the Cowboys. Just a side.
That'd be hilarious.
I would.
All hell is gonna break loose if that happens.
Quarterback controversy.
Yeah, you know how Eagle fans react. So that's the unfortunate part about it. We did. Any lasting quotes? Have the sauce, not the juice, because the sauce is everlasting.
I know that video. I know the direct
video. That's true.
And I'm gonna end on that.
All right. Phil, what you got, man?
Well, hey, another week IBTE Sports every Wednesday at your normal time, 8:30. Also, Celtics over Sixers. We out of here. Yeah.
Last words, man. Yeah. Appreciate you, Jimmy, for pulling up and joining.
Appreciate you.
Glad we got the opportunity to do it. I wish the other guys was here so you get the full experience of kind of what
you would have got a word in. I don't know if those guys are here. I'd barely get a word in.
Get him out of here. Neil would have been like, get him out of here. He would have been like, yo, who is this?
He's like, another Eagles fan? Damn. How many?
He would have been like, who this Neil kid? He tripping. We appreciate you for pulling up. Everybody that's tuned in tonight, we appreciate you, man. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, sub to the channel. Inspired by True Events Network, at IBTE Network on all platforms, at IBTE Sports too. Shout out to Phil, man. Always posting the content, getting the graphics together. We're gonna keep pushing, keep rocking. NBA is coming soon. Some people been crying and complaining for NBA. All y'all doing is NFL. Well, right now, listen, I got the other thing on my monitor. The reason why we not talking about this is because the Brooklyn Nets just beat the Warriors 143 to 113. Why would we talk about something like that? It's not the right. It's not
I
the
mean,
right
we
time.
also we can talk about Embiid and Harden, how well they're going to do this year. There's plenty of topics. Also, might need you around for playoff time. You know.
Listen, we just won tonight. I got the game on. We won. We beat the Pistons. So.
Oh, the Pistons. Oh, I mean, hey,
groundbreaking
Listen,
victory right there.
We're taking whatever we can get. We're taking whatever we can get.
Oh man! All right, man. We appreciate y'all. We up out of here.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Appreciate
yes,
it,
sir.
guys.